look at a gym and you piss your pants in fate.
Because women are inherently seen as taking up more space than men. You look at a gym and you piss your pants in fate. Because women are inherently seen as taking up more space than men.
look at a gym and you piss your pants and faint.
Because women are inherently seen as taking up more space than men.
Hello, everyone. This is the goddess Hylia speaking. I'm just hanging out here waiting. That's right, I'm the goddess Hylia, and I have a surprisingly, well, it's a deeper voice than you may expect. I'm just waiting for Riley to get in from...
No, I can hear Jeff. I can hear Jeff.
Getting in on their Hylian chariot from the Twilight Realm. And I can't wait to hear about their travels. Yeah, I mean, it is a valid question, right? Will we actually make it through the opening of this game in 2 hours? We're asking it here. We'll be asking it whenever we do Skyward Sword. I'm gonna go back to my Hylian realm now until Riley gets here, the other half of Hylia. Hylia's 2 guys. They don't talk about that often, but it's actually just 2 late 20s, early 30s guys. That's who Hylia is. Weird.
You look at a gym and you piss your pants and faint.
Because women are inherently seen as taking up more space than men.
have to pout.
You look at a gym and you piss your pants and faint.
Because women are inherently seen as taking up more space than men.
You look at a gym and you piss your pants and faint.
Because women are inherently seen as taking up more space than men.
Hello, homies. Yeah. Hello. Thank you for cracking open the Historia once again. I'm just gonna brush by what it sounded like you said for a minute there and not acknowledge it in any way. Riley, hello, homie. How are you?
I'm doing great, homie. How are you?
Good. We're in emo dog Hyrule today. I'm excited to be here.
Golf cowboy, but you can be. A yeehaw to you, Jay.
A yeehaw to you. I want to go to heaven, but I don't know if they'll let emo dogs in. We're playing.
Let me just drink back here. Let me just grab this off my fucking guitar.
Okay.
Just
Maybe
want to
grabbing.
hold up the belt so everyone can see it.
Oh yes. If anyone's
As it's here with
watching and wasn't watching our Extra Life stream last weekend, one, what are you doing? But two, Riley won that belt. Riley, how are you feeling in the days since winning that beautiful golden glistening belt right there?
Like my self-worth has gone up, like on a straight line. And that's really it. This is what's getting me through day to day. This is what's getting me through every moment of every second. So
yeah,
I want to say thank you to me for being good, and thank you to the homie Chris Hutton for his help. And that's it.
Always humble, always based and humble, Riley Hopkins. That's some of the things I would say about you if I were to put them on a short list of some kind. Riley, we're doing Twilight Princess. We are gonna do what we've been doing and play the first couple hours. It was being talked about, but genuinely, do you think we'll make it through the whole intro of this video game?
I have not played this video game in a age and a half.
I thought you were about to say not at all, and I was going to be very surprised, because you and I are not that different in age, and this was like, for me, this came out when I was like 12 or 13, and this was the like, I am at my most edgy. I have a black and red hoodie and a little metal bracelet with a little red fake jewel on it and a little pair of angel wings, because I'm cool, and this is out. Like, that is such a moment of time for me.
For me, the reason why we're gonna get real here for a second. I don't remember too much about this game because it happened in the midst of my parents' divorce.
Oh no!
And so I know I played all of it, but I have split memories of playing it in different homes.
Oh no, Riley Hopkins.
I have like, this one I was sitting on my bed at my dad's. This one I was sitting in my room at my mom's, I think. It's just this weird mix of memories.
Well, I'm glad to give you a new memory here. I'll tell you something. I have never played this game not with Wii controls before. This is going to be the first time I've ever touched this video game with a traditional controller shape.
Oh, you know what to do here, right? You have to go back. You have to go back.
Wait, why?
You have to go back. You put Lincoln.
Yeah, haven't we been doing? Oh no, we've been doing Homie. You're right. I forgot for a second. We are Homie. It is so true.
When will Nintendo free the HD remaster from the Wii U prison? Me holding Twilight Princess and fucking Wind Waker in my hands.
Wind Waker, yeah. We'll get to it whenever we play Wind Waker. But I kind of stand by. I like conceptually what they did to Wind Waker, but I think the original looks better because I don't always like all the bloom on that remake. The Twilight Princess remake is exclusively an upgrade. Like, from everything I've seen, that just is better looking Twilight Princess.
Can you name this Horsey?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what should we name this Horsey?
Is it Homie and Horsey?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like Homie and Horsey. That's very fun.
It's either that or I would say Apano and spell that like like you hear it.
No, I like the endearingness of Homie and Horsey. Oh, there's the TV settings screen. We love it very much.
Those are all the same shade of black. I want you to make sure you know that.
If they are for you, that's on your monitor. They're all very distinct on mine. Wow, it drops us right into this little staring at a plot relevant play. Like, there's not like an opening scroll or anything. It's just, tell me, do you ever feel a strange sadness as dusk falls?
Hey Google, play At Dusk I Think of You from Kingy Heart.
They say it's the only time when our world intersects with theirs. The only time we can feel the lingering regrets of spirits who have left our world. This guy's got a very shaped face. That's why the loneliness always pervades the hour of twilight.
I like these facial designs. I like how kind of gross they are.
I was just thinking about that. Like, this game... This game has an art style. Like, it's very easy to say this is them trying to do gritty, realistic Zelda, especially when the whole reason this game exists is because of that early GameCube, like, tech demo video, right, of Link fighting the spider that made everyone think they were going to get a way more realistic Zelda than Wind Waker ended up being. And like, this is that, but it also does have a really distinct visual style to it. Look at our boy also. Like, this Link... He has such fair fucking features. This Link is a pretty young man. He is! Like, this is a young man who does not know the horrors he is about to go through for like 30 hours.
he look. I do like the style as I'm like really soaking in because I think it does a little bit of what like Breath of the Wild will eventually do.
Mm-hmm.
It is like a really good landing of like meshing the Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask with the like what comes in the future. I think this is a really good interstitial style. We got to keep going if we're gonna meet Midna.
Yep. No, you're right. You're right. We are being given the. Sorry. So the reason I paused there is he just said you've never been to Hyrule. We're starting in Ordon in this, which is a place that this game introduces. Oh yeah, sorry, he says it here. I played through the first like minute of this earlier just to make sure it all worked fine. Yeah, I think it's really interesting that immediately it's set up like you're in a place that is technically like outside of Hyrule officially and legally.
Mm-hmm. Which is fascinating because we're very rarely outside of Hyrule in that way.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like in Ocarina of Time, the Gerudo Valley is kind of pitched as like sort of outside of Hyrule. It's like you can consider it part of the kingdom, but it's it's such an area to itself, and I guess that's maybe the idea with Ordon in this as well.
One thing, as like our boy here is getting up, but like. The facial differences, because like yes, like Link looks really good. That other guy looks like a little bit like a Spy Kids monster, and I like that. But like, I don't think they had the courage to do that with Link too, right? Like some characters in this have like the cartoonish proportions, but like the air quotes realistic style of rendering. Oh, Horsey, you got so much stuff.
Horsey.
Have I, Jay? I've told you about my theory with like deeper into this game, right?
Tell it to me, because I don't know.
There are three goddesses. We know Din, we know Nehru, we know Pharaoh. Pharaoh. And you meet three light spirits in this game, right? There's it's not Dinral, but it is like it's is it Eldin, Lanayru, and
Pharaoh.
Now you also meet another light spirit. You meet a fourth light spirit.
Yeah. Which
doesn't
is Pharaoh.
have a goddess associated with it.
Say the rest of your theory. Sorry.
So I sit here. I look at how often in these games there are. I'm pulling up my list right here because I have this like listed out here. There is Lanayru, Eldin, Pharaon, and Ordana. Yeah. And so we know Din, Nehru, Pharaoh, and shrug. Dinral, Pharaoh, Shanadra, and then like Light Dragon or whatever. Right. There's so often a fourth added on now to these three pieces we see. And so like in my brain, I'm like, and we know other goddesses, right? Like we know the goddess of the sand, the goddess of time, the goddess of horses. Like we know these characters. And so part of me is like, that Triforce does have an open spot in the middle of it. Not to be like middle school self to be sitting like Quadriforce.
Right. Like, so first off, this guy did just say, "Hey, homie, can you help me?" Which is just a very fun usage of our name. So like to tie it back to Ordon, right? In Breath of the Wild, you have the horse god, right? The horse god in Ordana, which is like this. Just deity that is, a different level of power from these greater beings, but is like also a divine thing. All right, I gotta remember which way is horse, not that way. I think I always do that. I feel like if we're gonna really like break that down, also real quick, I like that Link's house kind of reminds me of the treehouse he has in Ocarina of Time. I think it's probably. I don't know. This may be a cop-out answer, but I kind of like the idea that like if you want to connect Ordon and the horse god and the sand god, the other ones you mentioned there, to that Triforce space in the middle, I kind of like the idea that the empty space can mean a lot of different things.
And I agree with that. I think I follow that logic.
Yeah, because it makes sense. Like I don't know, it makes sense. There would be other lesser deities, other things in the world. And boy, I don't remember this character's name.
Homie. No, this is Homie.
And no, not Horsey. Me. The girl. Is the girl also Homie?
Oh, that's right. There is like a non-Zelda girl.
She's not Saria, but she's Saria. Like that's the whole role she's meant to serve. Except
Hi, homie.
Hey, homie. Yeah, what's
This
up?
is the most we're getting out of this. I watched RC for you.
Ilya? Yeah, okay, I guess it's Ilya. It's very, like... It's interesting the ways in which they just are doing, like, ocarina stuff, again, a little different in some bits of this.
Well, like, cause like, yeah, like childhood friend. I think like childhood friend, like having Link have a life that exists,
Yeah.
in a actual permeable way,
Good.
is
Great.
good. It's
Yeah.
a thing that like.
There's that Saria song.
No,
Or not Saria song, sorry. Yeah, Epona's song.
I got you. I'm watching our viewership is dropping
Oh,
wildly.
no. Oh, no.
They're all leaving.
no.
Oh,
Wait,
they're all leaving.
wait. Sorry. Saria's song. How's that?
No, it's a lot. It's Apato's song.
It's a Bono's song. Oh, no.
Go up the other way. Saria's
Oh.
song is.
I
that was-
know. Fake
Come
fans
on,
detected.
come on.
Oh.
I'm don't mix me in with this. I didn't mess up either of my girls.
Sure you didn't. All right, let's. Oh, wait,
I
no, how
did
do
legitimately just see one person turn off the stream, and it
That's
does hurt.
hilarious. That's very funny, actually. No, I
We
like
have
that.
a man named Babs here with us. I can't lose them like this.
We can't make fools of ourselves, Riley. Not in front of the president of Zelda talk. buddy. Okay. Yeah.
This is like the earliest you get Apano, right?
I mean, it's the start of the game. It's definitely the earliest you get Epano or Epona, either one of them.
There are some things I'm not going to change.
You know, the two horses that you have. I do. You're talking about Link having like a life before the call to adventure, and I really like that he's got like. I feel like it's a very common gamer complaint to complain about like the kids who you have to save across this game who are part from this village. I think the idea of him having a bunch of younger kids who look up to him is like really endearing and good. I really like that a lot.
Yeah, I think that when Link is part of a community, like Link like has a connection to the people around him in this real way, it's better than like I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's the Kingdom Breath of the Wild. Link is around. People know Link,
Yeah.
but I don't get the feeling that Link has lived there because he hasn't. He's been sleepy time for 100 years. But like, I don't know, this Outset Island, like you get this. I don't know, there's something about it.
Tears of the Kingdom tries to do more of it, where it's like, well, okay, everyone's kind of been around again for a couple years, like rebuilding the world. But it's still not really on that same level. I'm gonna get off for a second.
Quick
see who I
second.
talk to. Yeah,
I want to take a second to listen to that music because it just sounded familiar to me. What is that?
It's not at the part of it right now, but there's part of it that sounds like shoot. Yeah, there we go.
Is it Kakariko Village?
Yeah, that's Kakariko, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Interesting that it's playing here.
Yeah, and not in, Kakariko Village.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, homie, looks like
I
you're
like
going to
this
go help
guy.
Fado. There's a Fado in this one. I like when names
Oh.
do come back, because Fado is one of the Kokiri in Ocarina, isn't it?
Fado is the one who's in the woods, and also
Yeah.
Fado is the Sage of Wind in Wind Waker.
Oh, man, I forgot they had the same name.
Hold on, Fado. Yes,
Wow.
hold on. I'm going into my big doc.
Yeah, go into your big
doc.
doc. Go big brain mode.
Yeah, Fado has shown up 3 times throughout the series,
That's so interesting.
as far as my documents say.
Wow. It's Ordon Ranch. I love the weird goats and their weird antlers in this.
Mhm.
Like, that's another part of, like, this game does have an art style, right? Is, like, the goats are weird. They are distinctly strange.
Fucking Sylvie. Yeah, they're not getting out of the intro at this rate. Yup. We're taking our time.
We're taking our time. We're talking. I gotta herd goats. It's a long job. Every day on the farm is a long day on the farm. This guy's got a very stretched face.
So this is Fado?
I guess so.
All right, go get him, Tiger.
Get in there. Yeah. I forget. Oh no. Okay, they don't. Oh yeah, I gotta yell at him, right?
Hit A to whoop.
Oh,
Go
God.
in.
My camera is inverted, and I'm having a hard time with it.
Go in. Go
in.
Can I get some whoops in the chat, please? Like we're a fucking insane clown posse.
I insane clown posse would love this. Insane goat posse.
I love that
Yeah.
Link is pointing like at the
At
cliffside.
the wall, yeah. Go wherever. I don't care.
Your
I don't-
great grandma would be so upset with you, Link. For fucking it up this bad.
Go in. Go in.
Go in. Five
love.
more.
I'll say it. I love when a goat goes in.
I love when goat in.
Yep, it's a simple life out here in Ordon Prairie. Just me and the goat who go in. I'm gonna get all these
Me.
and then come back for that annoying one.
Me and my goats. Ding, 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 ding. It's all right. You're not timed on this attempt. I don't like that. I don't like the wording there.
Yeah,
Because I'm
no,
hearing
it
from my
does.
good friend Jay.
It does eventually happen where we are on the legendary goat timer. There we go. I do remember there being kind of like a hitbox, as it were, of like once you get them close enough, they'll just go in the rest of the way. And at first I vastly overestimate you little insignificant man. You mean
worthless
so little to
little
me.
rat of a goat.
Okay, it's for a heart piece. You little
Homie,
rat of a
Horsey, much obliged to the both of y'all.
goat. Homie and Horsey.
Homie and Horsey, that's us.
God.
Other idea would have been to name him Homie 1, Homie 2.
We're gonna practice with the fences. He's gonna get some fences set up. I do kind of like that you just get Epona from the beginning. Yeah, I was the only one to do that. I was trying
It sells
to.
this country boy. It sells this country boy Link that we got.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the most like. I mean, this and I guess like Skyward Sword really are like the most normal a Link is before he comes and is Link.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of like that. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's one of the things I like about Outside Island. It's like you get to walk around, you get to vibe with everybody, you get to chat a little bit. But like I don't get the idea of like what did this idiot do before like coming here? You got to approach it straight on, bud.
I know. Well, my problem is that I keep hitting A to start running, because that's what you do in Breath of the Wild, but that just takes me off the horse if I'm not already. There we go.
All right. Get that fence. Let's go.
Let's go. Epano, rotate. I'm so bad with this inverted camera. Jesus Christ.
Can you pause it and change the camera setting?
I don't want to take all that time. Come on, Epano.
It is
we're doing
a
this.
single setting.
And I am a simple they. You know what? You're right. Oh no, it is in the same menu.
Yep, bottom right, baby.
While I'm doing this, I will say this.
Oh no!
Is not possible. It is not.
It's not possible.
Humanly, no one's ever
Maybe if you
figured
look,
out how.
if you look at your hacked GameCube.
No, it's okay. My hacked GameCube, it's kind of held together by chicken wire. I'm worried that if I hack it anymore, it's gonna fall right apart, Riley, and I can't do that.
Now, is your look inverted left to right or uppy downy?
Oh, it still won't let me. Oh, do I need to talk to him again first?
No, you got to approach it straight on.
That was straight on.
That was not straight on, Jay. That was that was 70 degrees. That was 70 degrees.
Not 70 degrees.
Okay, not straight on. Absolutely not
There
straight
we
on.
go. And I got it, as you said, absolutely not straight on. You wouldn't know straight on if it hit you in the face. You know what was straight on? You laying on the floor at 10 a.m. at Extra Life because you were so beat up by Ring Fit. And if folks would like to see the VOD of Riley getting beat up by Ring Fit, check out the Moonshot Podcast Network on YouTube.
Oh, you know what is not straight on? It's also straight on is this pizza going straight on into my mouth.
Wow.
Ow, 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 ow.
Oh
Ow,
no.
fuck.
Oh no, you've
not
been
ideal.
stabbed. You've been stabbed. We had a Dave's Hot Chicken open in my town today.
Yes.
And
Yes,
I
dog.
almost,
Yes.
I almost got them for dinner, but the line out the door was so long. I was like, if I do this, I don't know if I'll get home in time.
Dave's Hot Chicken, very good chicken sandwiches. Pretty cheap. You per order. They're like, they got a pickle, they got that coleslaw. It is spicy. I suggest a medium spice. That is like higher than that's too much, but like medium is real good. You get 2 of them. Don't bother with their mac and cheese. Get their French fries. Dave's Hot Chicken is one of those places that you go into and it's eat. What do you want? Do you want 2 chicken sandwiches and chicken tenders, or 2 chicken tenders? Take your fucking pick.
It's very simple. I don't know if I need to be in the basement. I just kind of started going down here. I don't think. Wow, this is a long fucking cellar he's got. What do you keep down here, Link? All right, we don't need to be down here.
The darkness of the void.
I guess it's down here. Whoops. Yeah, no, Scorpaloo, I liked how you asked that question the first time. What is Dave? I would get those. I took Spanish in like high school and college, and I would always get some of those confused, like Cuando is Cuando when? I don't know if Cuando is
German.
when. Okay. Oh, nice. I didn't have that option. That's exciting.
That's that Midwest upbringing, baby.
I would say Cuando instead of other ones because it was just easier to remember for some reason. So just Cuando es el baño? When is the bathroom?
Now, Nessa, you said I'm gonna get the hot, and I want you to know I mean this in the nicest way possible. You seem like somebody that if you eat something mildly spicy, it will destroy you for the rest of your life. And I know that's not true because I watched you eat spicy ramen over Extra Life, but something about the energy you put off means that like I feel like if you eat something spicy, there will be immediate tears.
These kids are arguing about whether or not they can play with a slingshot. We have to go buy it for them from the shop. Boy,
Now,
happening place, Ordon Village. A lot going on.
that one of
here.
them was a baby, right? Those are the Baudelaire orphans, right?
Yeah, 1,000,000 fucking % those are the Baudelaire orphans. And the big Bokoblin who kidnaps them later, you know that's Count Olaf in disguise. Alright, which is I don't know where the shop is. I'm just gonna go into buildings. There's the shop. Never mind. Found it. One and done.
Got it.
I do like the like. It's interesting. I learned relatively recently that the Kokiri in Ocarina of Time are actually meant to be like kids who chose to like wander off and choose the life of the wilderness. And this town feels to me like if it was the Lost Woods populated by just regular people instead of kids who came to the Deku Tree. This feels like the same location if the Deku Tree wasn't in it to me. This lady's real sad and holding milk.
I've been there, dude.
Yeah.
Now, I like the idea that you and I could go off into the woods of Kokori, of the Lost Woods, and live and just like fucking kick it.
Yeah.
What did she ask you to do?
Find the cat. Her cat ran off because she, I don't know, threw milk at it.
Scroopaloo, that is insane.
My German teacher was Mormon, and we would play Find Mormon Jesus, which was a game where the previous class would hide a picture of Mormon Jesus, somehow different than regular Jesus, and the next class period would find it.
I love high school. That's fucking awesome.
That's
that
so
rules.
good. That's epic. Okay, I vaguely remember where isn't the cat like over here somewhere? Oh.
I can hear my parents arguing in the background, Jay. I don't know.
I've played this game like 2 or 3 times on the Wii, so I should know. This was my I don't know if I've told you this. My first home console was a Wii. I was not allowed home consoles until the Wii was out. I had a Game Boy Advance and then a DS, and then my parents were like, "All right, you've already installed this Steam thing on the computer. I guess you can just go ahead and have the Wii you've been asking for 2 years."
That's crazy. That's nuts. Because like, we had a Super Nintendo at my grandma's that like, I think one of her kids like donated to the grandparent household.
Okay, yeah.
So they like they're like, I'm too old. My parents are very big, like we're too old for video games kind of vibe. And so there's a situation where like we had that SNES and me and my cousin would play it all the time, and like he still has it. He's the one who got that SNES.
Nice.
And so like we played Earthbound nonstop. We finished it when we were in college finally. But like there's a we had that, then we got the N64, and a lot of things were me and him, we would split it and have it at grandparents' house because like grandma would watch us after school every day. Hi, I forgot you have a hawk.
I know. I was kind of like immediately charmed by that. Like, wow, you can just summon a falcon. Because at first I thought you were just being reminded like the thing you just learned about using the plant to summon Epona, but no, this is bird plant.
That's awesome.
Oh, okay. I was trying to get to the monkey, and it just didn't quite let me do that. Is that not?
You like?
Oh no, I need to get closer to it and then do it, I guess.
I'm a sucker for a character that is like deeply involved with animals, that like animals like react to.
I am right there with you. I love it. I love a wise man in the forest who teaches you the magic of the birds.
Now there's cutscene every time. Do I need it?
No. I'm gonna go. Oh, you can skip it. You can skip it.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, it's fine. It's really good, actually. We love it now.
Thanks, Tobias.
Yeah. Tobias Animorphs is here.
Oh, can you dial it? Yeah, this probably be better with a Wiimote, huh?
Yeah, it sure would. Come on. There we go. This is
Baby?
like, I forget why I need this. This is like this game's trade quest. Oh no, come back. Oh no, baby. It's just a basket. There's no baby involved. It's fine. Come back though.
Could be bundled up real nice.
Yeah, real nice.
Now, what do we think we're doing with this?
Can
you talk to this gentleman?
Yeah. I talked to this very wide-faced. Oops.
Oh.
I talked to this very wide-faced man. Call me crazy. I can listen to this grass whistle every day long. Okay. Because we need to get the cat, and I don't know if this has something to do with getting the cat. Because the cat is over here. I'm just gonna bring this over to the cat and see if I can remember. Boy, if
Chris saying that you're cruising and then we're gonna get further than credit for. Who knows? The cruise can stop at any moment. Oh, do you have to throw it to like have the cat like walk into it?
I don't think so. I think this is unrelated. I think this needs to go to someone. We're cruising, it's fine. Yeah, we need something else. We need to fish for the cat. We need to get it a fish. And in order to get the fishing rod, I think we need to give this to whoever needs it.
There's a guy over there by the water.
That's the pregnant lady, yeah.
Hey, do you need this?
I think it is anyway. It's the town pregnant lady.
Oh my homie!
That nickname is doing a lot of lifting today. Looking for that cradle. Made it when my first child was born. I've cherished it all these years.
I thought it was about to be Moses. Goat in!
Go in! Oh God, we have to follow her like this all the way to her.
You got it, girl.
Slowly follow her to her house. So
You know,
anyway,
most hacked GameCubes have a space button, and when you hit the space button, it fast forwards game speed.
Dolphin, which is Dolphin's the name I call my hacked GameCube. I named it Dolphin. Doesn't have one of those easily accessible, actually.
Go get it, girl.
But yeah, no, this was my first Zelda was Minish Cap, which we'll get to one of these days. But after that, it was this. When I got my Wii, my childhood friend had a Wii before me, and I played a lot of this like at his house. And then I have a very distinct memory of like, you know, I hadn't played games on the TV much at that point, really at all. So we're playing, and I get to the end of the first dungeon. I'm fighting the big plant that you fight there, and I remember it being the most exciting thing in the I was standing on my couch, 13 years old, shouting like swears the most freely I ever have while knowing my parents are in fact in the house. Like, I did not care. It did not matter. I had to kill a big plant and I did it. And so this game has a lot of those, like, this felt the biggest any game had at that point in time.
Yep.
You know?
I completely, and I think it's like watching you play it. It's doing what I want, right? I think there was a fish underneath that last bridge.
Oh, really? I thought we were supposed to fish by
The one that you crossed. I saw a green on the underside there.
That's a rupee. We can get the rupee, though.
Oh, it's a rupee.
Listen, I'll get the rupee. I ain't saying
Yeah,
no
$2,
to a rupee.
babe.
That's a buck right there. $2. You go down to one of those vending machines outside of Walmart that has cheap sodas. You get 2 sodas with that.
Boom, bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada
it.
boom.
We had a teacher who we had a high school that was clearly added onto over time, and so it ended up with things like windows that went into hallways, right?
Sure.
And we had a teacher who would just, in between classes, open up that window and sell soda out of that window for 50 cents a can.
What?
Cheaper, which is cheaper than the vending machine.
That's Riley. That's amazing. Today,
It ruled.
Today, I work for the news. Today, we would have had to do a story on that guy getting in trouble with like the superintendent for that. That would have been a whole controversy. That's incredible.
That teacher was also someone that would mix up your name with your parents because she'd been there that long.
That's so funny.
She constantly called my cousin Matt.
Oh, old and cool. I love
Yep.
that. Oh.
Miss Hess could hang. And now she has, I think, a wing of the school named after her.
Amazing. It's the Miss Hess soda stocked wing. It's just got a wall. It's a bunch of lockers that are like cooled and always have soda in them.
When she retired, a friend of mine bought the Anarchist cookbook, and we learned how to turn the fucking soda machines into maintenance mode.
Amazing.
Fucking rule. Just like, what was it? Top left, bottom right, second to top left, bottom right.
Incredible.
How's fishing going? Pretty bad, it seems.
Yeah, I don't remember how to fish.
Is there a
you
gentleman?
Got the C-stick back. Okay, why the C-stick specifically? I guess. Okay, I've only done this on the Wii before, and so I like the controls on this not involving me going. Psh, 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 is so unusual to me.
All right, pull it up.
There we go. Fish on.
Fish on.
Fish on. Go
in.
in. Fish on. Haha.
Link, that looks like a really shitty way to fucking
Yeah.
fish. These small prizes everywhere.
Just wiggle arm, joint locked. It's fine. It is one-handed fishing. Scroopaloo's very right to point that out. It's very funny.
He looks like me animating a character in fucking Unity.
Yeah.
It's just like, hi, I'm Jay.
How do I give this cat the fish?
Hit X. I think he was coming over to say hello to you. So like, pull out the thing. And try to walk towards where you need to go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see if
he'll follow you.
Yeah, he's following.
Yeah.
What's up? I made a friend.
What's
I made a friend.
What the fuck is up? You need to see the fish menu first. Then you catch one and he'll take it. Oh, hold on. Okay, you need to see the fish menu. Do we have a fish menu? Hit pause. Go up to your items again.
Oh yeah.
All right. No, we do not have fish menu.
Not there.
Hit info. Hit info. Let's soak this in. Let's take a second.
Yes.
We're not gonna game grumps this. We're both gonna focus in.
Yep.
We're gonna learn the fucking mechanics.
We're not gonna. We're not gonna
None of us
yell
are gonna
about
say
the
a
game's
slur.
broken. None of us are gonna say a slur. I'm not gonna tell any. No, please.
We're not gonna tell any deeply upsetting stories.
No, we're not gonna talk about D Club. That was a clip that went around for years, I feel like.
I tried to rewatch a Game Grumps thing because I was like, I need more YouTube. Let's re-crack open Game Grumps again. All right.
Will the cat just come in with us?
I mean, that'd be great.
No, it won't.
We don't know yet. Anything's
No, man,
possible.
you just need to see a fish initially before the cat. I've seen a fish.
We've seen fish. Greengill.
We've
Greengill 11
closely looked
inches.
at fish.
Just catch another fish.
All right. Oh, okay, we need to do it. God. Of course, we need to do it twice. Thank you, video.
Here, just walk right over there to the left. There was
Well,
I guess no, the fish.
No, the cat.
He's all right. He's all the way back there.
We
You're
gotta
right.
do
You're
it
right. You're
by
right.
The cat. The cat has to admire us.
He didn't want to take our first fish. That is respectful of him.
No, it's not.
That's respectful.
That cat knows that we're only doing this for him, but he's making us work for it. Silly.
Is that not beautiful and cat-like?
It is cat-like.
All right. Remember, C-stick when it goes down, up.
Yep, easy peasy.
All right, fish on, Jay. Fish on.
I'm fishing on. I'm almost done with Sea of Stars, and that game has a pretty good fishing mechanic that is like...
It is fun.
It doesn't make me want to die, so it's good enough. There you go. Yeah, get it.
Ha!
I like this music. I like this little flute. This is very RuneScape. This music. This is like I'm walking around getting told by a random man that I'm a bitch because I walked with him for 10 minutes because he told me he'd show me where good armor was.
It was still playing over the Kakariko Village music, which is interesting, but it went with it, which I think is like a good like touch to be like you're still in the village, but here's a fucking ditty, and it's going with it.
I also do like this iteration on the Kakariko music. I didn't not the like main Link walking around Hyrule Field cinematic, but like the cinematic that plays in the opening menu if you give it a minute. There is a point in that where the music playing during that, I meant to let it play and I didn't. I swear to God, it is playing what later gets retrofitted as the first notes of the Breath of the Wild theme. The like da da na na na, like the timing is slightly different, but there's a shot in that where it just goes exactly ba dun dun da dun. I don't have the timing right in my head. I immediately honed into it and was like, it's you, which is just so interesting because that stuff does happen. Like, I mean, the Skyward Sword example is the huge one, obviously, where it's Zelda's Lullaby inverted. The opening notes of the Tears of the Kingdom trailer music are a ditty from Spirit Tracks randomly. Like, they just do that shit, and it just always delights me to see the way these things
That's like
back.
that is one of the, I was listening to Strong Songs, and they were talking about Zelda music, because Zelda music focuses so much on motifs, and like that's a genuinely awesome thing about it.
Yeah.
And so like, fucking, I'm trying like, I'm sorry, now just Ballad of the Goddesses in my fucking head.
I know, it is the
one of these
catchiest
days,
piece of music. It's so good.
I have my spreadsheet where I seeded a list of music to get the top 16 Zelda songs, and like I think they're good. Oh man, looking at number 17 though, I'm like, fuck. How can we go forward without 17 in there?
Real quick, can we appreciate this incredible, this incredible JPEG?
This is a lost art. Is fucked up JPEG in game.
It is, because like that one of her human daughter is fine. I forget her name, but she looks pretty normal.
Is it fine? She
it's
looks
a
like she's
little
doing the Naruto angle, like the close-up Naruto, like.
Yeah, okay. Well, also her forehead's just like that. Like that is just a birth. Like that's just, she was born that way.
She's born like Ed Sheeran was.
Like Ed Sheeran was, like King Zora in Ocarina of Time was.
Kubrick stare.
Kubrick stare. Speaking, yeah.
Look at the. Oh, look on the right.
Oh, there's more.
Baby.
There's more. Oh God. Hey, photography is her hobby. She's gotta. Okay, yeah, let me buy that slingy. Let me buy that slingshot.
You have 2 coins.
I don't have enough coins.
You have $2.
I'm gonna go cut some grass, I guess. And if anyone knows a quick way to get more rupees, let me know.
Now, if you run, I believe if you jump on the 5 stones and go hop, 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 you get a blue rupee. No, that's Ocarina of Time. I'm sorry, that's not real.
Well, you said that, and I saw the 5 ones I was on before up there, and I was like, is that it? Is there something?
Because the common parlance, the theory is like this is Kakariko Village.
There we go. Right.
Oh, go to the. You're fucking breaking these fucking pumpkins.
Some of them have money in them.
Tears of the Kingdom is too cowardly to let you just be a fucking menace. Yeah. They're like, these are somebody else's crops. Link would never do that. It's
yeah,
like, no.
Link is like a revered hero now in the world he still lives in. And it's like, oh, wait. Yeah, don't waste food. For a second, I thought he was going to like throw a rock at me.
Yo!
Go to the rock next to your house and lift it for a blue. Okay, I'll do that.
Sorry, beat Neo Twooey.
Yeah, but so Seraph does point out, and you're right. Like this does make sense as like OG Kakariko, but there is also another Kakariko in this.
Not Kakariko, Kokori.
No, it's Kakar. Oh, okay. You said Kakariko, and I got confused.
I'm sorry. A lot of words are happening. All at once.
It is. No, I mean it is kind of curious what similar words those are. I have oft thought about that. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, because this does feel like it is meant to be Kokiri Forest. You know, like in a world where after the Deku Tree died, a new one just didn't show up for whatever reason.
Oh, is that Pierre right there behind you?
I think it's just a regular scarecrow, but I'd love it if it was Pierre.
God, they fucking killed him.
I'm gonna fish for Pierre. I can't catch him. I can't catch him.
Pierre.
He's
Can't
too
catch Pierre.
rare. He's too rare.
I need the Ultra Rod.
I need the
on the other
Ultra
side by the
Rod.
grass for the fucking stone. Behind 6
I got that
o'clock.
one already. Yeah. I was seeing if there's anything else to grab over here, but I was literally just over here.
I love fucked up like 3D camera where you're like smashing your head against a fucking wall.
Yeah,
And just-
it sucks, and I like that about it. Really.
Gamer, I did not see a blue.
No, we got a blue from the
We did
rock
get a
mud
blue?
house. Yeah, we got
Okay.
a blue. We're up to 10 out of 30. But yeah, this was my
What-
first. What? No, go ahead.
No. Tell me. Talk to me.
Oh, I don't know. Just this was my first 3D Zelda. I was. When we get to Ocarina of Time, I'm gonna embarrass myself by talking about my awful little tweenage and teenage contrarian opinions about Ocarina of Time that were
Yeah.
based on nothing. But I was very much a like, why would I play Ocarina when Twilight Princess is clearly just better Ocarina kid? Not an opinion I still hold, obviously, but like, I was
But it is a
very much.
fascinating opinion to have. Like,
Yeah,
that
I
is
was. Because it was like, I mean, think about it. That is still in the era, and it's so interesting that like kids now probably have some version of this, but aren't growing up in the same way we did with like the desire for games to look more realistic, winning out
Yeah.
above all else. And we came up when that was still like a thing, you know?
That's actually a fascinating thing to think about. Is like, because I've thought about like, oh, like now what's more important is a good style, like as an adult, but like, how are kids taking that? Like, that's truly fascinating. Scrupulous, if both these games came out before you were born, I do genuinely have an actual question for you. Like, as far as what Jay and I are talking about, which is like that want to get better graphics and more realistic graphics, does that still permeate as much of the conversation as it did when we were young? I know you don't know what it was like when we were young, but like when we're young, it's like Xbox 360 is coming out, and we're like, oh my god, look at Halo, look at the way the guy's talking. Shit.
We
But,
were
like-
kids when 3D games were new. Like 3D objects in video games were a new idea.
Saying that sounds crazy.
It does, but it's true. It's true. Like Ocarina came out what, 98? I was like 3.
Yeah. I at that point I was born in 93, so what does that make me 5? I'm not a math
5.
guy.
I might be wrong about what age I was. But yeah.
Yeah, like it's fascinating to think about because like
There's
Yellow
10.
Rupee 10?
Yeah, Yellow Rupee 10. Rarely seen. I don't know what I can do with a bird here, but I'm gonna call one anyway.
A lot of kids I know aren't impressed by hyper-realistic graphics. So many people I know prefer 2D games because they don't take up so much space and are typically around the same quality or better. That's interesting. Is like the space conversation.
Yeah, because that is like, you know, like downloadable games, game consoles having eShops and stuff. That started when like Riley, you and I were teenagers already, basically. Like
that circle on the tree, swing at that. Or
think
ooh,
so.
yeah, another yellow right there to your left.
Yeah, I was gonna, well, can I get down there just myself without? I can get down there myself. I'm gonna see if the bird will do it for me anyway. Go! God damn it!
Swing and a miss. Oh, I'll hop on down.
I also like don't like, I don't know. That conversation was happening, but I don't remember being like a graphics pure. I mean, I didn't have an HD game console until I was 16. I didn't have a 360 until near the end of its life. God damn it.
Oh, yep, that's a bird one. Absolutely.
Yep. All right, I'm just gonna find another way to get another 5.
I remember sitting around. I remember when the EB Games near us got a Xbox 360 for demo, and like I remember going to there with my friends and all of us just piling in and playing the Xbox 360. I remember writing it down because I went to the mall and like I didn't want to forget that I had experienced the 360.
Oh man.
So it's like I need to remember to tell my friends I played fucking that color game that came out of the 360. It's always mentioned in the reviews like, wow, graphics are so good, but it's kind of made fun of among my friends. It takes like 7 minutes to load this one section of fence. Thanks, AAA. The kids are all right, Jay.
The kids are all right. Yeah, hey. Yeah, Scrupaloo, y'all sound based as hell. Y'all sound based as hell. I like what you've got going on.
You're already starting from a very solid place.
The kids are extremely all right.
You probably already heard this, but like when Wind Waker came out, people were shit talking it, right?
Immensely,
like,
immensely. People
and like
destroyed Wind Waker and how they felt about it. Yeah,
that's part of why Twilight Princess looks like it has this like realistic design, is because Wind Waker was reviled for having a cartoony style, which is super upsetting.
Beautiful game. Yeah, a beautiful game. And again, like we were talking about, like Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom all kind of I feel like they all are rooted equally in those two styles. It's so interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's fascinating because like, there we go. Let's get that slingy shot. Slingy time. It's time to sling.
Time to sling.
What are you doing with you naughty thing? You're too old for toys. I don't know. I didn't have an HD television until I was practically in college. Like we just had my parents' tube TV in the basement, and then I got a like smaller tube TV at a garage sale as a teen, and I played a lot of stuff on that. So like, I am only a decade into even playing video now. I have only been for a decade playing games with any kind of HD anything. And so I don't know. It's so funny to think about that. It's also just like the kids now have Fortnite and like Minecraft stuff that are like objectively about like a style and not about looking realistic. Back in the day, our Fortnite and Minecraft was like Call of Duty. Was whatever Call of Duty was out.
I would play Call of Duty World at War nonstop, constantly, all the time.
Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto, like those were the things.
Fascinating. This is a fun conversation to me because I love to be able to like look at the way that I saw things and try to like go like, okay, is that still true today?
Yeah.
Is that still a thing that is happening? You got to equip that bad boy.
You sure do.
You got to equip that bad boy. Let it rip.
There we go. Yeah, it's a great conversation because like I don't know. I don't feel like, oh man, old man yells at Cloud about it. I just genuinely like tracking like how things have changed. And again, like
Nessa, what do you mean Fortnite has changed recently? This is a thing I've not heard about.
Scoobaloo got Portal and needs to finish it. Hey, that's such a fundamental game for me. Like that was when I didn't have a home console yet. My family Windows XP computer, we got the wooden sword. That's a neat, look at the little painting on that sword.
That's a good looking starter sword. I like that.
This game has good looking wood. Like in general, this stuff and like the first dungeon, there's a lot of just cool looking tree stuff in this game.
Oh, I think I'm getting a lot of nostalgic for old Fortnite TikToks in my feed.
Okay.
Yes, Fortnite is a lot of game per game now. That is absolutely true.
Yeah,
Scroopaloo, giving yourself a cap price for games, I'll tell you right now, that's smart. Every game is eventually going to get under your cap price. Like, that's just true.
I have reached a point, like, now where I'm like, very few games am I willing to spend $60 or $70 for. It's been that way for a while, but, like, even, you know, it's part of it's how much money do I have?
Homie has a slingshot. Whoa!
Whoa! Homie has a slingshot. That kid looks like he would say, homie, like, that's a white kid wearing a do-rag. I hate to say it, but that's what I'm looking at, unfortunately.
Oh my God.
I'm not happy about it. I don't think that's good.
How can you be? The Baudelaire orphans have been through enough.
Really liked Portal. Yeah, if you're at level 19 or so of Portal, you're about to be done with Portal. if memory serves of how long Portal is, you're probably like about done with it. I will tell you. Portal 2.
Portal 2 good. Portal 2 good.
Portal 2, one of my favorite games of all time.
I'm also genuinely ass at finishing games because like I will play it and then I will it'll poof. Just at one point, it's your parents will pick you up and one day never pick you up again. Like that's me with a video game. Like I'm having fun. Goodbye.
Yep. It can be one you enjoy, right? Yeah, you can be having fun, any amount of fun. It'll still happen.
Baldur's Gate gone. Fucking Armored Core 6 gone.
Yep.
I need to force myself to continue playing Alan Wake 2, a game I really love because I just like something else happened and destroyed the momentum. I started taking it another thing.
Midnight Suns, a game you gifted me for my birthday and I really liked. I'm like decently into. Like I haven't touched in months and I keep thinking I'll go back to it. I don't know if I will. Oh god, this is so. They don't give you a reticle. It's just blind bagging.
You got it right in the middle of the slingshot.
Yeah, it's not actually that hard, I guess. It just
still hit scan.
It feels like you're gonna miss. I really liked the game Dredge earlier this year. I know you and I both played some of Dredge. That's a big one for me where I finished everything on the second island and just put it down. And then realized Tears of the Kingdom was coming out soon, and I should finally get to playing the rest of Breath of the Wild. And I have not touched Dredge since.
Dredge, good game. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
It's got a DLC coming out. I'm excited to play it because I'm a fishing game like fucking clown.
That's a good fishing game. That's a good fishing game. I am nearly done with Sea of Stars, I think, and that one I hit the I can't do this anymore line. Gave it 3 weeks and came back, and I'm so glad I did because I just got to where that game gets fucking nuts. That game gets insane.
I was enjoying Sea of Stars. I was really liking that. I just met I got to the island that you aren't supposed to be able to leave, and I was like, oh, this is
yes, you went to the fourth stage of grief or whatever the bar is called.
Yeah, bargaining or whatever.
Yeah. The first stage of grief. I love that place.
That's a great name.
I like that game a lot. That game has a lot of like dungeons that are not too long. Like, which is kind of like for it and against it. I've only played it for like 25 hours. It feels like 40 because of how many places I've been. And they're all very like condensed and compact, which is good, but boy, it's a lot. Ha! Him going ha is like ingrained in my brain. That's core memory shit right there. Ha!
That was me when I was playing Star Fox 64 the other night, and like remembering that so much of that game lives in my heart and soul in a way that I did not realize.
I love when the town's kids in my local town tell me about the sword strike where I tilt the stick forward while L targeting and pressing B to flex my muscles and then stab.
They need to do this more. I think video game characters need to look at me and tap Z or R twice.
Also, the baby going, oh please, the stab is so fucking funny. That baby talks in full. The baby runs a store later somewhere.
I love it.
Serves. It's weird and I like it. Like, it is both Lair Orphans. They're all a little bit like if you ever look at Tim Burton's just like drawings, like not just his like stuff in there for Christmas, but his actual like he draws people like this. Like this is how he draws people.
I love this is kind of what they look like in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep.
Where it's like everyone's a little ugly in a way that is great.
Everyone's a little disgusting, and that's why it's good. Yeah.
Kids, please back up.
Seriously, you're so close. You've got to show us the jump attack before you go. You mean the one where you just hold L and press A? Oh yeah, real time.
Stewie Griffin looking at us.
God.
Whoa!
Yeah, but he's impressed once I do it, aren't you? Mallow Mart, that's right. Yeah, I love Mallow. Which, hey, Mallow, like Malon, like you've got all these Ocarina rooted names coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And
because
that's
this is very much like I said this to Andrew and I don't think he believed me. But Nintendo games all do the same thing at once. And so this is coming out at the same time as like Black and White, right? Where they're redoing Kanto. You know what I mean? Like
A few years later. That's a few years later, but kind of.
Is it a few years later?
This is like 2006. Black and White's like 2011. But
All right.
no. Follow your thought though. Keep going with your thought.
Because I also think that I think that they do that with right now it's Go Down. It's Pikmin and Tears of the Kingdom, and like it's Get Under and Get Weird.
Having a 2D Metroid again is even kind of that. Metroid Dread has that feeling to it. Even I'm following you.
Mm-hmm. It's like they sit around and they have a conversation as a unit, and like it fucking comes up, and they're all like, "We're gonna do this thing." Mm-hmm. And this was closer to Gen 4. Gen 4 being
Diamond and Pearl. That's Diamond and Pearl.
Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's Darkrai, right?
That's Darkrai. That's Dialga and Palkia.
You talk to him again. Hold on,
Yeah,
I need
I
that
can.
screen cap real bad. I need that.
Human legs too slow to catch monkeys. Oh, the first one's not there anymore.
Hold
Damn.
on. Fascinating. Human legs too slow to catch monkeys.
We don't see his legs. How sure are we that he's telling us the truth?
I understand that this guy is like, this is baby saying weird thing.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, what if Mallow is more?
What if there's something? Yeah. What if there's something dark and disturbing hidden under there? What's going on?
Play the Hello Hyrule Theory music. What if Mallow has something else going on?
Sorry, Chris and Pete.
It's a shame we talk about it every week, but I just love the podcast.
It's great. It's a great show, and this is about Zelda, and so is that. Also, we're definitely crossing the bridge into like the Lost Woods, right? The proper Lost Woods right now.
This is the canyon that leads to the Deku Tree.
Yeah, exactly.
And like any good Zelda game, everything is like everything. There's all these different things, but they've been moved around and shifted a little bit in a way that's confusing.
Yeah. Which is so fun, and I am not necessarily someone who feels the need to like try and map out how it moves. I think it's more fun that like it all moves, and it's a little hard to like.
Well, it's dreamlike, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to bring a Pona this whole way, and I fucking didn't. Where's a horse collar? There we go.
Right there. Yeah.
Yep.
Like I think that like. The idea of how it's all dreamlike and like, yes, there are similar things, but they come together in different ways. Jay, I've been watching a lot of Higurashi Go.
For the last 24 hours you have, yeah.
I'm 16 episodes in.
Holy shit.
And so I'm thinking a lot about the Sea of Fragments. I'm thinking a lot about timelines. I'm thinking about things being slightly different every time you approach them.
Okay, I know nothing about Higurashi, but you and I both know the same group of people who are freaks for it, so I've absorbed a lot of these thoughts before through osmosis, if nothing else.
Let me tell you, I think that show is good. I started accidentally watching the sequel show, but I think because I've listened to like, I love the Deku. The Deku Baba have tons.
They do. I love the because the first boss in this is a big one of those basically, and I like that design a lot. We found Talos play wooden sword. All right, horse.
So he's in that fucking cave then.
Yeah. I was gonna say something else about that, but I forget what it was. But yeah, I also think a lot about you know, you always have a lot of Zelda games. Oh no, horse won't go this way. Horsey won't go this way. Okay.
You gotta get off. You gotta go by foot.
Yeah, that's fine. I think a lot too about how, you know, a lot of Zelda games take place after a great event. Like you have, obviously you have like the Calamity in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. You have the Sealing War, which comes up in a couple of them. You have the Great Flood in Wind Waker. You have the Hylian Civil War in Ocarina of Time. And I keep hitting X instead of B because I'm so used to X being the attack button in any video game. But like, you always see people, like, I remember back before Skyward Sword got announced as the next game, there were a lot of people who were like, I think the next Zelda game is going to be about the Great Flood happening. And, like, the story of how that happens. Which, like, I get why that's exciting, but it's kind of an maybe underappreciated thing in these games, I think, is, like, they'll never do that. They'll never do a game about the Hylian Civil War. They'll never do a game about any of these things because we need fire. And I forget where to get it. We'll never get a game about any of these things because they kind of need these, like, I don't know about need, but they prefer to have these like cushioning time periods in between eras in the series, which I think is really interesting.
You'll say we'll never get it, but we did get Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
That's a spin-off, which doesn't count, but I like...
It is a spin-off, but like it's exactly that. It's exactly that.
Yeah. Well, but also it's not quite that though, right? Do you know? Have you played that game? Do you know what that game's actually about?
Don't go right back in here. Don't go right back in.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to figure out if I'd missed anything in terms of fire, but I guess I wouldn't have, huh?
I think we have to. There's another way we can go if you go out and to the left.
Yeah, we gotta do the other route first. You're right. But no, I mean the whole thing about Age of Calamity is that it is like not just the events of that calamity. It's that's a whole part of that game that we'll get to whenever we get to that game.
Interesting.
But because I understand your point, but also it's like even when they do something like that, they don't really all the way do, you know, just the depiction of that cushioning period of time, that extra period of time. I like this guy. He loves birds. It's another guy who loves aminals.
Whoa, an Ardonian. Hey, guy.
Hey, guy. Listen, I'm not sure you should be wandering around the woods without a lantern. Just because it's daylight doesn't mean it's safe. Oh, there's dank spots around here that get pretty dark. Here, go on,
He
guy.
does say
Take
dank.
this. He does say dank. He literally said dank.
Oh, Donka, shun, my man. The lantern is a item you don't usually see in 3D Zelda. That is a 2D Zelda item that we have here. That's kind of tight.
I hadn't thought about that, but you're so right. You don't see that in 3D Zelda almost ever. Is this the only 3D Zelda where you have one? I think it is.
I think so.
I don't remember the Skyward Sword inventory very well, but other than that, I'm pretty sure.
Skyward Sword inventory, they start getting a lot of weird shit, right? They start getting shit like the fucking the golden beetle and stuff.
I love the golden beetle. There's some very creative items in that game.
I think I don't like the golden beetle because it in Smash Bros is an item I hate.
Oh, you have to turn that motherfucker off in Smash Bros. Absolutely bane of existence.
We should have had that on for the finals.
Yeah, we would have beaten you that way.
To talk openly about it, I was so scared during that match, and then like I threw down the Pikmin thing because I knew it would go up and go down, and I knew that Jory was a professional enough player to not fully anticipate items, and so you could see while watching that clip, like I stopped pushing and I'm like holding the middle.
Yeah,
I think I'm literally saying, does Olimar's ship not come back down? And then it hits him.
It took so long. 'Cause it's also one of those things where, you know, like some items like have been rebalanced. Like how I like that, by the way, that your lantern you can hang on your belt. That's very, very good.
Bloodborne ass.
Bloodborne ass stuff. But yeah, just like the amount of time it takes, I'm sure is different game to game because they rebalance these things, especially in Ultimate. I think they did a lot of rebalancing of those little things. It took so long for that thing to come. Like, it took so long for it to come down. And then it lands right on Jory's head. Right? Like, as if it was unavoidable. There's a Seinfeld bit in an episode of Seinfeld where Elaine is worried she has a big forehead, and then she's walking through Central Park, and a bird flies into her forehead and dies, and a random passerby says, "It flew right into your head." Like it couldn't possibly have avoided it. And that is how that thing fell onto Jory. Like it couldn't have possibly been avoided. Oh, God.
Oh,
like it couldn't possibly have avoided it.
Yeah, sometimes Seinfeld gets it right. I'll give it that
Seinfeld's great. Listen, great show. Jerry Seinfeld, seemingly bad man, good show.
The Leonardo DiCaprio of the 2000s.
Listen, I grew up watching a lot of Woody Allen movies. That guy is an absolute freak. Sometimes you must make your peace.
Sometimes you have to pick your battles, make your peace, and go, yep, we all know.
Yep, my parents will watch Annie Hall forever, and they're right, that's a great movie. And yes, that man is now married to his own adopted daughter.
It's very much a... Scrupulous saying my parents got me Skyward Sword when I was a kid. Sometimes soon before we got rid of our Wii and got a Wii U, it unlocked levels of rage I had not previously felt.
Yeah.
We had to give it away. Did you have a
Boy.
game that like you had to give away or like sell and stop playing
I
because of
definitely
anger issues?
not because of anger issues. I did destroy the the Wii Remote condom, the rubber grip on those things. I ripped one of those. I ripped one of those in half playing Metroid Other M. Because there is a boss fight on a moving elevator. I remember this fight. I was playing it while like my grandmother was over. I was like ignoring the fact that we had family over so I could play Metroid Other M, the worst and most forgettable Metroid game. There's a fight on an elevator that made me so mad that I tore the like top half of the rubber thing off a Wii remote.
Hey babe, I need you to not cut every piece of grass and instead move forward.
I was seeing if I could find more hearts. I didn't realize I was back up to full. My bad. I was spacing out talking about that. Very funny. Very, very funny. Oh god, these guys are hideous in this.
I love the moblins.
They're so scary.
So nerds.
They are messed up in this. I just want to find more hearts. I didn't realize I had enough. Jesus Christ.
I had to give away Star Wars Jedi Starfighter.
Okay.
And I remember it was, again, it is exactly like you said, a situation where you are playing a video game and your family is fucking downstairs.
Yeah.
Head left. I was playing this
Oh, I
game
see. Right.
and like it's like at the end of the game and I've been playing it literally all day since I got out of school. Oh shit.
Yeah,
That was cool.
There is some dynamic feeling shit you can do with those.
That was tight. Like you got grabbed and then you like
Spin
you did the
attack
spin
out of
attack
it.
to get out of it. I love watching how much of this is second nature to you in a way that it isn't for me.
I know, yeah, so much of I've played this game through probably 3 times, all as like between the ages of like 13 and 18 probably. Yeah, I think we go down here, don't we?
Yeah, with the fucking Jedi Starfighter, I had it was like at the end of a level and like you have like a co-pilot you're flying with the entire time and they get shot down the mission before, which hit me as a kid too hard. And then like the bad guy obviously makes fun of you for the fact that your friend is dead. And I got so upset I threw my controller. It's like, no, you can't fucking do that. Like it was like, because I died, and he was like, "You dumb shit, idiot! It's no wonder your friend is dead, dummy." But I was like, "No!"
Awful. All right, I need to figure out where this key is. I'm gonna go up to the other out of area there.
This makes sense.
All the way down, brother. Anger issues. Yeah. I feel like I did have some anger issues in general as like, a 14-year-old with like, a teenager. Like when you're a teenager,
as a
you have
teenager,
those. When you're a teenager, you just kind of get those. They're free of charge. I feel like, boy, I know I did it some game. Oh, I mean, I know in college what it was I played Smash Bros with 2 friends who were a lot better at it than I was regularly, and that definitely fucked me up. And I have a friend who won't admit it, but I think still doesn't like playing games with me because of how mad I would get back then, and like just doesn't want to reawaken the beast, kind of.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I did sell a lot of games though separately from the anger thing because I went to I was a game crazy kid for a long time. There was a game because we were a Hollywood video family and there was a game crazy next door. That's where I got my Wii. I should mention, shout out to my parents, it was while the Wii was still really scarce. I was promised it on my birthday in January, and I think I got it in fucking April because of how hard it was to get one at the time. We have our key, we're gonna go back.
That's
God,
nuts.
like, yeah,
That's
it was
getting a Wii in those times was like a more intense version of getting a PS5.
Yeah.
And
the PS5, at least we have COVID to blame on it a little bit, like for supply issue stuff. Like, whole
the
different
Wii is
ballgame.
just Nintendo being like, we're gonna make 5 of this thing.
Yeah, we're not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna not worry about it and see how that works out for us. See how that goes. I'm just gonna run past y'all.
Yeah,
fuck
you know,
off.
we can focus.
We gotta book it. We've got so many more hours of the opening of this game to go. The thing is, so as we're playing through this, yes, it is you're spending a long time doing all this Orden Village related stuff. I don't hate it. Like I don't like
it's not
dislike
bad.
any of it.
It feels like the same amount of time you spend in Ocarina in the fucking Kikori forest, the Kikori village.
The difference being that by this point we'd be halfway through we'd be done with the Deku Tree potentially as a dungeon. Like
no, that's
we'd
only if you have everything memorized, and you don't have everything memorized, right? Because you haven't played Ocarina.
For sure, yeah, and even now, having played it once, I wouldn't have that level of memory at all.
Like I might be able to do that, but like I think it's very similar to this in like length as far as like if you don't know exactly what you're doing. If you don't know, go get the sword, go get the shield, go talk to Mido, go like continue moving forward.
I don't know. I think there's a lot more dialogue you have to move through and shit in this. I think there's a lot more steps you have to move through in an order in this than Ocarina.
That's fair. I think that is true. Oh, hey, Woo, you're super. Now just buy
I
something.
love that bird. Look at this little,
Megan Mind? Is that you?
Look at this little ancestor of the Loftwings, or Loftwings are an ancestor of this. I love this little guy. He said hello. I like a talking bird. I love a parrot.
Hey, buy something. Hey!
Right, we don't need any potions. I've got that milk from earlier still. I'm too good at gaming to need your potions.
Is this the fucking Deku Tree?
God, it could be.
That looks like a mouth right there. I'll tell you that for free.
Either this is or the first dungeon maybe is. I don't really remember like how distinct the imagery is there, but it could be.
I'll tell you, this reads like it has been a long time since Ocarina of Time Deku Tree.
Yeah, no, you know what? You're right. You're definitely right that it feels that way.
Because he dies, like, is the thing. Like, Deku Tree dies and Little Deku Tree takes his place.
Yeah, and that's the question, right? Is where is Little Deku Tree?
I mean, he could be grown up and right in front of you.
This took me so long to figure out as a kid.
Oh, like
Just
sideways
spin
cut
attacking.
everything?
Just spin attack, and that's how you break them out.
Yep.
It took me so long to figure that out as a kid. I didn't even remember it until I was doing it. I was like, ah, yes, I remember the torment I went through when I was 13 figuring this out.
Just following the fucking motions. I wish you saw Old Milan in this game. That's the thing that I want from... I want, again, Jay, in the future, I would love to see... Lon Lon Ranch become a small village, and I would like to see 45 through 55 Milan.
I would love to see more like older versions of more characters in general. Yeah, that's such a fun idea. Oh man, a village around Lon Lon Ranch is a really fun idea. Homie,
my son.
Tallow disappeared into the woods and has not returned. I like the voice you're doing for him.
But it looks like you have brought him home already. I apologize. Such a task should not fall to you.
Very, very one brain cell night.
Tell me, have you noticed how strange this wood seems lately? I feel uneasy about what may lie in wait.
Nodding.
Anyway, homie, tomorrow is finally the day. You will be departing for Hyrule.
Wow.
I think it is a good thing I have given this task to you.
You're just doing a more masculine TikTok AI voice right now.
Me and my friends are at the McDonald's, and we did a flip.
Or alternatively, the ancient meme version of that. The last thing you'd want to see in your Burger King burger is someone's foot lettuce. But as it turns out, that might be just what you get. My roommate is not a very like meme-brained person. Like he's not like he watches a lot of YouTube, but is not very like internet. He's not on Twitter or anything. But for some reason, that he quotes like once a week. He loves to talk about Burger King foot, and he's right to do so. Burger King foot lettuce is important.
I think I started this story earlier, but I found out that my like when I often say good luck like in that voice, in that cadence. I don't know if you ever heard me do it, but I do it around the house all the fucking time.
Maybe.
And I found out that that is just a Star Fox 64 reference.
Yeah, that's a Star Fox thing. It's funny, I know that because of the Brental Floss Star Fox song, which uses it, which I heard a lot as a kid, because I was into Brental Boss.
That's fucking cool. I listened to all of the uncompressed audio that was released in the Nintendo leak last night. I just like sat at my computer and listened to it all go through. It's like, yeah, this is good. Yeah, these are good. These are fucking good.
I have no relationship with Star Fox. I know who he is. I know about him and his friends, but I never played those games as a kid.
I didn't think I had a relationship with it until I replayed 64, and I guess listened to this, and I was like, wow, this game was just fucking good in a very real way.
Hey, you know what time it is?
Timer.
Hey, guess where that? What the goat doing?
With the goat going in.
What the goat doing? I'm gonna try and get some of these ones out from the side here.
Yeah.
Peel
Yeah,
them
his
off.
name is Fox McCloud, and his call sign is Star Fox. And there's also Wolf O'Donnell, who's Star Wolf.
I love that.
Hence why you're not a furry, Jay.
I love that. I'm currently rewatching the anime Soul Eater, which has a lot of very funny name stuff like that. Like, Soul Eater is the name of one of the main characters in it, but that's not his whole name. His full legal name is Soul Eater Evans. Maka is the other main character. Her name is Maka Albarn. Her dad's name is Death Scythe Albarn, and his name is Death Scythe because he is a Death Scythe. Later on, Lord Death is a funny Dr. Seuss man who lives in the town this takes place in. And later on, there's a war against the Ashura, the Kishin of Madness, you see. And so he has to call in his other Death Scythes from around the world. And so you've had Death Scythe in the show for like 2 seasons by this point, and then like 3 other guys show up. Oh God.
Oh, he got pissed.
I forgot that could happen. Death the Kid, who's awesome. I love Death the Kid with every fiber of my being. That show's so fucking... It's so, like, horny in ways that are, like, genuinely awful. Not awful, but, like, not great. But, like, also has really good characters, really fucking funny humor. It's a show I watched a lot as a teenager. I wasn't a Naruto kid, or a Bleach kid, or a One Piece kid. I was a Soul Eater kid.
I didn't become an anime fan until a couple of years ago, and
so
start really like allowing myself to soak it in. But like, I never watched Soul Eater. I like barely know of it.
Yeah.
But like my touch point for anime has always been Dragon Ball Z.
Sure.
Outside of now being like really into One Piece and watching everything else. Yeah. I used to think that I was cool. I used to like legitimately in high school. This is not a joke. This is not me exaggerating to make this funnier. I was just this bad in high school where I'd be like, well, I'm a nerd, but at least I'm not an anime fan. I
had this in college.
I would move that goalpost constantly, where I was like, yeah, I'm a nerd, but at least I don't play like tabletop card games. Then we all got into Magic the Gathering. Well, I'm a nerd, but at least I'm not a role-playing game nerd. We saw how that turned out.
Yeah, I was gonna say Linksmith Games. How's that going for you?
So I think where it died out is, yeah, I'm a nerd, but at least I'm not an anime fan.
Yeah.
Like eventually that also fell. That tower too fell.
I backslid into that in college, where I watched a lot of anime towards the end of high school. Then my college anime club was, I mean, listen, it's an anime club. Like, it was bad. It was a really bad room to be in, to be honest. And I became the kind of person you're talking about, where I was a little bit like, at least I'm not doing this anymore. And then it really was like over COVID, and maybe like the year before COVID, that I kind of like, I went, oh yeah, I love anime, and there's a lot of great stuff here. Like, why did I stop? It's nice to be back.
I remember in college, this is a memory coming back to me right now, in like the mall that I would work in, there was a store that like it was like the doorway to a store, but it didn't actually go in at all. It was just a counter right there and chairs, and it went right to left, and it was a little sushi bar. And there were two bros who would work there, and they'd either have basketball or anime on. And you just come up and like be like, can I get some spicy tuna? And they'd whip it up, and you just sit there and watch whatever the fuck was on the TV. That's
awesome. I love that. Homie, how could you? You were pushing Horsey too hard again. I slight Homie, how could you? That's awesome. I love a place like that. I mean, Pokemon is how I got into anime, because Pokemon is the root cause of everything in my life, going back to the age of like 6. I love this, by the way. This little look they give each other while
cute. That's cute.
Like, again, like we were saying earlier, Link is genuinely part of this community. It's the most that you see Link genuinely being part of a community at the start of any. It's like this and Skyward Sword are like the most that he is just a person in a town.
And like, this is emotive too. Everyone's being emotive in a way that I don't know that you see Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom being. You know what I mean? Not really.
Yeah, no, those like, are doing other stuff. Those are not like, interested in that.
This is a 3D. This is like an old 3D game style that I do deeply miss. There was an upper class. There was an upper class, the high school I didn't go to, who came to school dressed as Luffy every day. Okay, let me uncompress that. Guy who is above you in grade. School you did not go to, Luffy. That's fucking cool. Yeah. Luffy's got a lot of outfits too. So like that man has some variation.
I went as Netflix live action Luffy from one specific episode for Halloween. It was great.
Have you seen that picture of like Luffy and Buggy in costume playing FIFA on the Switch together?
Yes, it's so funny. Is that the game they're playing? I didn't know we knew what game they were playing.
Because in the bloopers, like, there's Buggy the Clown going, and you always lose at FIFA, you idiot.
That's so. Someone did really good fan art of like more like manga accurate or anime accurate, two of them doing it. It's so good. Other games that felt like Link was just a guy who popped out of a cryo tube. Yeah, I mean, I think I will stand by. I will defend that. I do think like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Link is emotive in his own ways. Like, there's a lot of fan art about how that Link is like this very expressive, weird guy who knows how to like find joy in just living out in the fucking woods and foraging and eating rocks and shit. And there is something very endearing to that. Look at this baby. What are you doing?
That's me. That was me last week when people were coming in.
Yeah. That was everyone when Emma was making everyone breakfast before Extra Life began. That was everyone when anytime food came up during our Extra Life.
I barely remember those biscuits and gravy because they hit my brain in a moment where I was not processing new thoughts. But it was so it like it parted the Red Sea.
I forget what I was doing, but I didn't get to have the biscuits and gravy. But I went upstairs and there was I had that delicious egg bread pudding bake thing she made. That was also incredible. But there was the spoon that Emma used to make the gravy, and there was like one glob left, and I just licked that off the spoon, and it tasted like heaven. It was incredible.
Yes. I went up and had more gravy, so I'm sorry for taking that from you.
Let me borrow that wooden sword. Sure thing, or sorry, kid?
Sure thing, babe.
Sure thing.
You were there day one too, where I made homemade biscuits for everyone.
Oh, I love that. I love homemade biscuits. I love
sour cream and chive, baby. They were great. I had to stop to go record No Peace in the middle of it, but like they took it out of the oven for me.
Oh, fresh baked bread is one of the best things of anything bread related. Biscuit, bread, bagel, what have you, are all the most wholesome things on earth. Oh yeah, this boy who's the one who gets picked on by the others, and I think is the one who gets like the most kidnapped later.
Most kidnapped.
He gets like advanced. He's the one who gets like carried around on Elden Bridge by the guy with like the war banner he's tied to or whatever.
That is not a thing I remember in the least bit.
I think I'm right that because that's the whole thing is all these kids get kidnapped and they spend like half of this game fucking kidnapped while you're running around freeing everyone from Twilight.
Which is like, that's kind of a holdover from Wind Waker, right? Because that's like the first half of Wind Waker is saving 3 kidnapped kids.
Yeah, that is funny. Kidnapping does play a role in several of these games when you put it like that. We are not allowed in there the easy way. So we gotta go. There's a hole in the rock back here, I think, if memory serves. Yeah, I'm just playing through this. There's so much muscle memory, and like I didn't know that I still had these area maps in my head, but I totally do.
That's awesome. That's that shit I love. That
I
like
love it,
if
yeah.
I had been playing Majora's Mask, you would have seen this same thing pop up. Because that's a game I literally have never stopped. Did you continue playing it when we finished? I know you said you were thinking about it.
I haven't had the time to yet. I do want to, and I'm gonna pick it back up. I'm about to move states in like 2 weeks, and so once I'm done with that, once I am no longer in the state of New York and I am in my new location, that is one of the first things I want to kind of like take a week and just kind of blast through if I can.
Ooh, take a second. Listen to that music.
Yeah. That's a
nice...
Lon
Lon Ranch interpretation.
Yeah, that's a really
like
nice
a little
Epona
bit
song. Yeah, interpretation. I'll say it here. I think this game has one of the best soundtracks in any Zelda game. I think the reorchestrations like this that it has of other stuff are great. I think once you get out into Hyrule Field, this game has the best Hyrule Field theme for my money. Because it has the one that has the bum 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 bum, like it has this like incredible victorious trumpet part that comes back when you're fighting a boss and you get it prone and you start hitting it. That comes in. There are so many motifs. Like obviously Zelda has an incredible like dearth of musical motifs, but some of the ones in this one are just some of my favorites. Midna's Lament is a really beautiful track. When I was a kid, my mom plays piano. One of kind of few piano songs I learned was Midna's Lament. I learned how to play that.
That's cool.
And it felt so like magical. She's asking you not to do anything out of your league. She doesn't think you're good enough to ride a horse into town and back. And you know what? She's kind of right. You're about to fall on your ass so hard, it's like the apocalypse is gonna happen. Oh wait, here it is now.
I played Dragon Quest. I know what happens when you have a friend.
Oh, she gets
Did she
shot with
shoot
an
that
arrow.
woman?
Yeah, yes.
God damn.
Shit happens in this video game. Look at that mitt he's got.
She fell face down in the water. After being shot with an arrow in the back.
The back in time glitch, you'll wake up at the title screen instead. That's fascinating. The back in time glitch. I did not know about that. I actually made like...
Oh, sorry, you.
No, you go ahead.
Let me say, is this a kidnapping every woman with pointy ears situation? Like,
I don't think so.
Oh, hello.
Hello,
nurse.
They have Zelda. Like, they have Princess Zelda on lock. She's not in hiding. She is in the castle, fully imprisoned already. I think it's just they want to kidnap some kids to fuck with Hylians in general.
They're just like, I'm a fucking bad. I'm a bad guy. I do bad guy shit.
Yeah. Now, here's what I love so much is that portal of the Twilight that just opened up in the sky there. Like, the fact that you've been, like, starting the game in this, everything is natural and made of wood and rock and, like, naturally formed. And then this grid of fucking squares comes down out of the sky. And you've got this thing that just looks so alien in form and structure to anything you've seen up until now. And then an arm
so
just
jarring.
pulls you in. It is so good.
Yeah, that rules. That rules. I like that a lot.
Goddamn Twilight Princess. And then, then this enormous fucking beast with no face is just like, this thing hits that same kind of fear as, like, why Skull Kid and Majora's Mask is creepy, right? It's just, I think that's a very intentional choice, too. I think these guys are kind of modeled after that a little bit. That's just I think it makes sense if it would be that way kind of thing. Yeah, boy, I love the Twilight World. Here we go!
Oh, we keep people wooing? Oh,
Bork, Pupper Doggo!
We made it! We made it!
Bork, Pupper Doggo Ninjutsu, let's go! That's what I call it. There's a guy in the anime Jujutsu Kaisen who summons 2 spirit wolves, and I call what he does Bork, Pupper Doggo Ninjutsu. whenever I see it. We have that dog in us, Riley.
We got that dog in me.
Out of us now.
And there's Midna.
Oh, we got
proved
that.
him wrong, baby.
Yeah, we
proved
did
him
it all.
wrong.
Midna Seent. We have Seent her. There she be.
We have taken in the image.
I say let's like get into Wolf Link, like at least enough to like talk about it, and then maybe
we still
can
have
start.
15 minutes.
That's right, we do. Yeah, which is great. Like this is like all I wanted was to make sure we got into Wolf Link, just because that is so like the other half of this game. Yeah, the fucking chain that you break off and it's just still with us. Like the lingering bit of chain that'll be trailing with us.
That's good
for a
character
while.
design. I'll tell you that for free.
I love Wolf Link. Wolf Link is such good character design.
I think so. We're 15 minutes away, so I'm going to start doing this on my side, where I'm going through and I'm starting to grade the game.
Yeah, and I'll put them on. I'll put the sheet on screen once we're done with a little bit of Wolf shenanigans here.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. Music, I've pulled this out a couple times in my ears to like focus on in a way that I haven't with the other. God, Midna's fucking cool.
She's great. What a fucking character design. Like,
she's got some charm to her.
She's also got in a different way because she's got big anime eye, but she still has that like kind of ugly kind of like bizarre creature look to her. Like that's a creature. Like you are just a couple of fucking creatures in this game. Anyway, please
snarling
proceed.
And glaring at me.
Snarling and glaring. She's taunting you so hard from the get-go.
I'm putting music at a 4.
Okay.
Music is at a 4. I think it's really good. I've called it out a couple times. I really enjoy it. Table settings at a 5. I'm really liking. I really fucking like how you spend time in a community at the beginning of this, and then it fucks it up, and now you're here and you're a dog in jail, and there's a fucked up little guy talking to you. Like it, and like I don't know, her face is animated in a way. Like everything about this has a style to it that I think sets a tone. And you were right when you called out like the naturalness versus like this really digitized feeling coming in. Link design, I'm giving him a 3. I like Cowboy Goth Link, but I do think it is lacking something that the other ones have.
Now, are you thinking just about him in those opening hours there, or are you also counting like him once you actually get the like hero's tunic and everything in this?
That is unfortunately all I have to judge him on. Okay,
that's fair.
These opening hours.
That's fair.
Zelda Autonomy, I haven't seen her. That's a 1.
Yeah. And let me tell you, if you had seen her, it wouldn't be much better. As far as I remember, she is just in Hyrule Castle for like the entire game. She's just trapped in there the entire game.
Bad guy introduction, I'm counting that
Twilight
what we just saw as bad guy introduction. I'm putting that at I'm bouncing between a 3 and a 4. I think I'm gonna go 4 because I think I'm gonna go 3 because we haven't seen Zant or Ganon yet. We're missing out on that. Vibes are a 4. I'm feeling really positive, and bosses are a 1 because we have not run into a boss. Giving this game a score of 21 points from me. Okay. And then when I hit the modifiers, did we wake up in a bed? I think we did.
No, we started out. We didn't see us waking up. We started out by the river there.
You're right. Link has a clue. I think this Link has a clue.
Yeah. I think he's a simple country boy, but he's got enough of a clue.
We've seen non-Hylians. I think there was a holy shit moment. Like getting hit by like I did go, oh, he shot her with an arrow.
Yeah. The entire introduction of the Twilight is one of the best ones of those we've had.
There are no known characters that we ran into, and we had a unique baddie show up. The Twilight, who fucking hit us, giving it a total of 24, which does tie it with Link's Awakening, and I don't feel like that's right in my heart. So I think I'm gonna go from 3 to 4, and like I was bouncing back and forth off to give this 1 more point than Link's Awakening for me, putting it in at 24.
People are asking questions. I'm gonna go ahead and switch us to the sheet here. Bear with me just a moment.
How many possible points are there? Let me open up Tears of the Rhydom. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories you can go 1 through 5 on. All right. So that is what, 35 total? And then there are bonus points that a game can just get. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think.
So-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Yeah,
that you
there
can
are.
just get. And that is just a solid point.
Yeah, so boy. I've got some technicalities with my answers to some of these that I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. We've got a couple. Let me do a couple more minutes of play, and I'm gonna come back to
Yeah.
this and give my own answers. I gotta cook on a couple of these for a minute.
Absolutely. Take your time, consider.
I want to talk about Midna for a minute because while we were going through that, her like vocal sounds, I had forgotten how good they are. Like even just the like she has this weird like underwater echo to her that I really like.
It's like a reverb, a bassy reverb almost.
It is, yeah, she's got this reverb to her. When she talks, it sounds like someone talking backwards. It sounds a little bit like the
Red Room.
Yeah, the Twin Peaks Black Lodge, exactly. Which, fun fact, Soul Eater has a direct callback to that I forgot about. Anyway, I have to remember what I mapped Z to on my real hacked GameCube controller. Don't worry about it. I have a custom controller for it. Don't worry. Yeah, so this is something else I like is like we get this whole second form that just changes how Link functions so entirely and like what kind of puzzles you can interact with.
How often do you see that in a Zelda game? Of just you
Not-
have second form, like Majora's Mask had it with like your masks, but this game also has it.
You could argue that adult and child Link count as that in Ocarina.
I don't think you can because they still interact with the world in fundamentally the same way.
There's NPCs who treat you differently if you're a child or an adult. There's items you're not allowed to use one way or another. I think you could argue you can only use Epona if you're an adult. It's a weaker entry, but I think it counts.
Link Between Worlds, that is true.
Yeah, that's actually a really good one. Minish Cap, not really. Minish Cap isn't really used functionally that way enough to count, I don't think.
No, it's a thematic mode, but it is not a mechanic mode. All right, sense, baby.
Yeah, this is the other thing. Like, the idea that you are using your senses to peer between worlds. Zelda does have a thing where, like, animals are seen as having more connectivity between worlds than people are. Like, what's that?
That's true in like a lot of things with magic is like animals have a more direct connection with the force, with magic, with the world because they are not fettered down by human bullshit.
That is very true.
Like, that is a cool thing that I like, and I'm very happy to see it in Zelda here.
Yeah, it's very cool, because, I mean, that's a Link to the Past. You turn into that little rabbit thing when you go into the Dark World. Like, in Minish Cap, animals can talk to you when you're in your Minish form. Like, there's all these little things like that. Whoops.
I love the dog can climb. Fucking hilarious.
Dog climb. Dog. Well, I got that dog in me. Dog gotta climb. Oh. That like insane.
That's
like
cool.
I don't know. Yeah, you're wearing headphones. I hope it comes through how like it is bouncing between the two channels. It's like each little note of that is on one of them, and it's constantly alternating.
That's
Such
a
good sound
great
design.
touch.
It's incredible sound design. Ugh.
I might need to.
So I will tell you some of mine, and if you want to put them in my side.
Yeah, I will, absolutely.
Music's a 5 for me.
Music's a 5 from
me.
Jay.
The music in this game gets better than it is in these opening hours, but I think like between the iterations of classic tracks that we've heard and the stuff like that is just entirely new and creative. Again, we didn't spend a ton of time just hanging on the opening screen, but I think the opening title like it's symphonic in a way that sounds like the Temple of Time theme from Ocarina, but is doing so much like such a complicated range of sound with it. I really like all the music and sound design that has to do with the Twilight. I like the kind of ambient creepiness of even just the sound for the audio for this place we're in right now. That's a 5 for me.
How you feel about table setting?
I'm gonna go
How
with
well
4.
this game sets that table? 4?
I agree with all your points. I think I am, and maybe it's just brain poisoning from like hearing people talk about it too much. It's not that I think it's too long. It's that I there are some bits of the tutorializing that I can't help but think, did we need to have this here in the middle of everything? I think that, like, having it all does get you, like, endeared to this place before it all kind of falls apart, but I'm like, did I need to do all the goats twice? You know, like, did I need to do the entire... I was thinking this earlier and didn't get the chance to say it. The entire quest to get the slingshot earlier, that's a trade quest. You did part of the trade quest in Link's Awakening when we did that game. Those are optional in those Zelda games. That's in the tutorial of this game. How kind of nuts is that? Like, it's all good. I like it. I really love the way it does set that table. I think it would be a 5 for me if it didn't go quite as long as it did. I don't even hate that it goes long, but that is kind of what holds it back a smidge.
Link design.
Man, it's so... it's like... I think... I'll say that I think real Link in this is like a solid 3 to 4, but if we're just going by Farm Boy Link, he's like a 2 for me.
You can go by whatever you want, genuinely.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna have the Link that we've seen. Well, no, but hold on though, because we also have Wolf Link, and I love Wolf Link.
Yeah, that's actually true. Wolf Link fucking rules.
Wolf Link is perfect. Like, I think Wolf Link is like the most interesting. Like, he's so good. He's so like. He is so different from what human Link looks like, but you can kind of get...
You can see him there.
Yeah, you can understand how he gets there. He's still expressive in the face. You know, like someone said, maybe you are furry after all, Jay. Like, listen, like, I get it. Like, he is a very expressive-faced wolf. I have seen people draw, like, humanoid anthro wolf Link in, like, a Breath of the Wild style, and it is such a cool, like, way to interpret that character design. It's just a design you can do a ton with. Boy, I think I just talked myself up to a 4. Because I think if you didn't see shitty Farm Boy Link, it would be a 5. Maybe I don't know. Do I sound like I'm being too nice? Because I think Farm Boy Link sucks. I think Farm Boy Link is kind of a shitty design. Okay.
I like the green sleeve. I like his little, like, why would he be wearing anything else? You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense to me in a very real way. Should I just try looking down?
Oh, right. What do I do here? I forget. Oh, there we go.
Hole. Isn't there a hole in the wall right there? At the end, right where it cuts in? Or is that just a... You make up my screen? Not, right there.
Oh, yeah. How do I go down? Please allow me to dive.
While you consider Zelda Autonomy, that's at a 1.
1, yeah.
Yep. How about Bad Guy Introduction?
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like you said, we don't see. I mean, we don't see Ganondorf for like half this game. Actually, if memory serves, we haven't seen Zant.
But like the Ganondorf stuff in this game is hard as hell.
It goes hard. Zant, when you do see him, is like he has the same thing that the Twilight monster we saw does, where he's like this faceless fucking priest. He looks different from any other major Zelda enemy at this point. I'm just gonna go ahead and switch us back to the chart at this point.
Gotcha.
Because I'm too busy thinking about this to Wolf at this point. He's really unique. The same goes for again. It's a 5. It's a 5 because
it's 5?
because it's everything I was saying before, where you are in such a like naturally formed little like it feels like you're in fucking Hobbiton, and then Hobbiton gets attacked by like. The grid from Tron, like it is something so inherently alien to it, and it hits that feeling. You know, Tears of the Kingdom, the Zonai kind of feel like aliens. Twilight Princess did that first. I think it's why they invoke some very similar imagery with them. Like they feel like an alien invasion. I was a big reader of the Star Wars New Republic or New Jedi Order books, where they deal with the Yuuzhan Vong. The Yuuzhan Vong. They're invading aliens from a whole other galaxy, and that is how in one scene, in the moblin charging in, but then this fucking wall of alien darkness of inverted light separating you from like the normal world that you're a part of. That is how that feels to me. It's a 5, baby. Absolutely, it's a 5.
I love that we have said, in order to understand Twilight Princess, you need to understand the Yuzong, Vong, and Higurashi. Bosses.
Riley, I like this stream series a whole bunch.
This is good.
I want to point out 2 things about bosses. You're right that we haven't seen any, but I want to point out 2 things. One, I mentioned that when we saw them, the Deku Baba in this are foreshadowing the first boss, because the first boss is a giant plant that summons 2 giant ones of those, and you pointed out they're pretty like they're really like well designed and kind of complicated creatures.
They're nasty.
The other thing is that the giant bokoblin on the boar that shoots your girlfriend with an arrow is kind of a boss, because he's what you fight later during the Bridge of Elden. And so I kind of want to like give it at least a 2 or a 3 just for setting some up.
You tell me, 2 or 3?
I think a 2. It's not like they're super major. You know, yeah, I'll do a 2.
A 2,
they're
all
not
right.
super major. You're not fighting them, but it is like it's a cool enough bit of foreshadowing that I want to give it a point for that.
All right, so then are you ready for Twilight Princess's final score here?
Yes. Oh,
all right.
Hold on. I had a thought with one of your bonus categories.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So I have wake up in bed, Link has a clue, seeing non-Hylians, holy shit, known character, unique baddie. If you wanted to add one that you thought should be included, I'm all ears.
It wasn't that, but I will keep that in mind for next time. I was gonna say I had a thought with known characters, but I don't think it's anything. Like, we don't have any known characters, but we do have a lot of like names that are 1 letter off and things that are very intentionally meant to feel familiar. If you want to say that doesn't count, I think that's fine, but it makes me think of that. It makes me think of like, there's Epona's song with extra steps, or the Lon Lon Ranch song with extra steps in it. There's Mallow and Tallow instead of Malon and Talon. Like, there's all these very adjacent names.
I think it needs, because Zelda's will go all the way and just say, here's the guy you know.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be, here's the guy you know.
Okay, that's fair.
So with that, you give it 29 points. I gave it 25, which ends up at 54, putting it above Link's Awakening at 45 and below Majora's Mask at 61.
Wow.
So this is now the second best Zelda game by our reading.
I endorse that fully. That feels great to me. That's a top 2. I feel like, for different reasons, but in similar roots, I feel the way about Twilight Princess you do about Majora's Mask, and that's like perfect. Like, that's where they belong.
Yeah. And like those is 2 touch points for the future, Jay.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Oh, beautiful. I love that they're the 2 like darkest ones in a lot of ways too. It's really interesting.
So here, let me ask you this, Jay. What are we playing next time?
Next time, we should say next time might be a couple weeks, because next week is Thanksgiving, and after that, I am going to be moving several hours away from home. So we'll see. So Riley, I have the wheel in front of us. I've done a little addition here. I realized after last time that we didn't have the Hyrule Warriors games on, so I have both of them on. I have Hyrule Warriors and Age of Calamity on here. I also have all 3 CDI games on here, which I believe we said we wanted to include. They're all on there.
Did say that.
If we want to talk about including things like Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land, I'm putting a ban on Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. That can be a bonus stream if we want to after we've done everything else. But if there's other, like, you and I did a little bit of Cadence of Hyrule, the Crypt of the Necrodancer spin-off.
We didn't play the actual intro. We played the intro of a DLC.
We did, yeah. So we could talk about doing that. You should play Majora's Mask. Oh, is that you saying that?
That's me saying that to Nessa, who owns a Majora 3DS.
I thought that was a third Moonshot member who happened to be logged into the Twitch and not realize it. I thought that was very funny. So anyway, though, let's click. So funnily enough, after 3 of these streams, this is the fullest the wheel's ever been. It was my point, because I added all those things. So let's find out. What's that? Yeah, let's find out what you're playing next time, Riley. Let's go.
Please be a game I own. Please be a game I own.
Hey, we're breathing easy, baby. It's Breath of the Wild.
Oh, God. I was so close to Spirit Tracks. I was genuinely really excited to play Spirit. Breath of the Wild it is.
All right.
A game that I feel like I have shit on exclusively in this stream.
I don't think you've shit on it, but you have provided a lot of very like interesting, like kind of contrary opinions on it, and I'm very curious actually to talk about the intro of that game because it's okay. Yeah, all right. Breath of the Wild. I'm not gonna say another word about that.
Yeah,
I think about that intro a lot. We'll talk about it,
especially after playing what I think are like two intros that stand in my memory in a very real way and do things that I think I like in Zelda games. And in fact, I'll say three. I'll go all three. To go to Breath of the Wild, which is so devoid of that. That's not derogatory, but you cannot deny that it is devoid of that sense of community that every one of these other Zelda games that we have played has had.
Yes, absolutely. That is like, I mean, a lot of Zelda games are actually post-apocalyptic in nature, not to be like, not in a edgy YouTuber video, did you know gaming way, but like just factual in terms of what like a post-apocalypse represents from a writing standpoint. It is like, I mean, you know, like Breath of the Wild emulates Zelda 1, right? Where it is just you and the world. And I think there's something to that. There's something to me magical about that in a different kind of way. But you're right that it is not doing the same kinds of things that any of the others we've played so far are.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun departure.
It's going to be really interesting to put it on the board, I think. I'm very excited to see where it lands on our board.
Yeah, absolutely. Riley, thank you for homieing along with me once again tonight.
Thank you for homieing along with me, Jay. I'll see you at some point in December, maybe.
Definitely at some point. We'll make it happen. Hey, we should say, if you weren't there, Riley and I were in the state of Michigan recently with like 15 of our closest friends, 15 of our most beloved loved ones in the world.
16, because total number was 18 people in that fucking house, dog.
We fit so many people in Andrew Sherman's house. Oh, Maron. We did Extra Life. It was great. We raised $6,000. I love my friends and streaming video games with my friends. If you want to see VODs of that, shout out to Audrey of Alone at the Table, who has been divvying those up for me while I've been busy with some stuff. Those are going up 3 a day on the Moonshot YouTube. If you look up Moonshot Podcast Network on YouTube, go to moonshotpods.com. You'll find links. Everything is there. We had such a good time, and we're very proud of what happened there. It was great.
Our biggest Extra Life yet, and I believe we were the third largest organization raising money for Detroit Extra Life, straight up, like the third largest group, and we're just shy of second by a smidge and a hair. And genuinely, let me take a second here. We got a little graph that showed some of the stuff that we like.
Oh yeah.
Y'all and we helped raise money for, which includes things like music therapy and art therapy for kids. I think a lot of the idea with Extra Life is like people thinking like, oh, we're getting video games for kids, and that's not quite it. Like, we legit help some kids get fucking music therapy and art therapy and pet therapy because we raised money and you helped donate. So thank you for that.
Do you have that graphic? Can I put it up on the screen for a second? I can't find it. It's okay.
I think so. Yeah. Here, hold on. Let me send it over. Because like, I don't know, Andrew shared it. I was like, can you blow that up a little bit bigger? I want to see it because it's nice to see what our money went to.
Yeah. There we go. Hey, I already have the browser open. It's a little big, but that's okay. So going from the bottom, pet therapy, art therapy, music therapy,
and then
hospital school program, and this again is for Detroit Hospital specifically because that's near where we did this year.
Beaumont Children's Hospital. We know the outreach rep there now.
Yeah.
Andrew and Chris, 2 years ago, went in person and met some of those kids, and I don't know. That's just really fucking cool. Like, we raised that money, you raised that money, and like that's a actual physical effect that you and we get to have on the world. And I don't know, man. Sometimes that hits me.
It's that we all have physical roots in a lot of different places. Like, you know, Riley, you're in Chicago. I'm in upstate New York. We went to Michigan for this. We have friends in Detroit and all these different places. Like, those roots are still in real physical places, no matter how spread out we are. And this is watching that all come back around. And that's really cool.
Dog.
That's just incredibly cool. Riley, I thought up slightly more concise of an outro for this show.
I'm ready. Fucking let's go. What do you got for me?
Homie, thank you for being with me as we browse this story. Let's close the book on Twilight Princess.
Let's close the book on Twilight Princess, my homie. Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Good night.